Check, check,
Mic
check.
check 1 2 1 2.
What's going on?
Welcome back.
Whew,
Let's
I think
go.
we've been on it's almost like we've been on hiatus for a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. We
Everybody been
apologize.
traveling.
We're back. Yeah, for sure. First, Matt was out of town. Then I was out of town. Today is February 14th, the year 2023. Tuesday, our regular days, of course, and it's about 3 p.m. How you doing, sir?
I'm great, man.
I'm great. We're great. Like I said, what I don't even know what episode this is.
This is.
I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
I want to say this
I don't want to
is
say the wrong thing. It's Tuesday.
27.
It's been about like 3 weeks. I'll look at is it 27? I hope don't have us say the wrong thing, Matt. What's at the library? Let me look. Okay, normal guys. That should be the first thing to come up. Normal guys talk sports. I'm on our YouTube. Here we go. Here we go. So yeah.
It's 28.
28. This is episode 28. Check it out. You see
28.
Look at Matt. Resourceful Matt. Matt be knowing
28. 28, 28, 28, 28.
20. This is episode
21,
20.
21, 21.
Right, there we go. Episode 28. We are, like I said, it's February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to all the fans, to all the guys and girls at home.
Yeah, go do something for your girl.
Do something for somebody. Go get you something to eat. If you ain't got nobody to go eat with, go get something to eat.
You know what I'm saying? Go talk
Go
to your
get
wife.
something to eat. Go do that. So, yeah. Where we at? Yeah, it came back just flew in today. Ladies
Oh,
and
yeah,
gentlemen.
and,
Flew in today.
Happy belated birthday.
There we go. Check
to
it out.
Edward.
Check it out. What that was the 12th.
Yeah, happy
That was
belated.
the 12th. That was my day. So that was my day. I was in Sacramento for a few days, 4 or 5 days. Like I said, went a lot, covered a lot of ground, a lot of my old addresses. 2 games. We'll talk about that in a moment. The Mavericks were visiting the Kings out there in Sacramento on the 10th and on the 11th.
You was out there getting it in.
Had to with my peoples, had to. So it was a great time, great birthday. Appreciate City Sacramento. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone here. Just got back to Dallas, of course. No, man, great birthday. Appreciate everyone that sent birthday wishes my way. Appreciate everyone, for sure. And it's not over. It's still Aquarius season. It's not over. We got some Eric Bellinger to go to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get Eric Bellinger to sing "Happy Birthday" to me for sure.
When is that concert?
For sure, 2 days, the 16th.
Okay.
We'll never satisfied. We'll be in the building. You didn't get that memo. You're getting that memo right now, sir.
Yeah.
You're going. If I'm going, you're going. You're going, bro. You're going.
We'll see.
Let's go. Yeah. So that was that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of basketball, a lot of football to talk about. Again, we haven't had an episode in about 3 weeks. Like I said, Matt's out of town. I've been out of town. Came back today. You know what I'm saying? And here I am. I still got a layover airport. You know what I'm saying? Came straight here. Drop off my shit. Came straight here. So here we are.
So we want to start with the NBA?
Yeah, we'll start. That is the format. If you haven't noticed by now, ladies and gentlemen, we start off with basketball. Maybe a current event or two, but for the most part, start off with basketball and head to football. We've had the trade deadline. We've had a lot of games, of course. So we typically go over the scores of the last week, and we can talk about the trade deadline. And then we got the All-Star game coming up this.
Oh yeah, the All-Star game is coming
up. So we got
man.
a few things. A lot of events. A lot of things happening. So we're gonna go right here. We are the 14th, so we typically go back.
What, a week?
About a week. We can only cover so much.
Like the stream, everybody who's
like the
in the
stream
room.
for sure.
Like
so we're going
stream,
back to.
like the stream.
Please do that. Tuesday the 7th. As soon as this comes up, you know how I go. Okay, here we go. Okay, schedule. Still jet lag, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. So on February 7th, on Tuesday, 2023, we had the New York Knicks visiting the Orlando Magic. New York with the win, 102-98. Jalen Brunson, 25 points. We had Phoenix at Brooklyn. Hey, these two teams just made a transaction. So we had the Phoenix Suns Visiting the Brooklyn Nets, Phoenix with the W, 116-112. DeAndre Ayton with 35 points in that game. Cam Thomas, 43 points. He's the modern day Linsanity. He's coming off the bench out of nowhere, scoring 40 points back to back. You know, a few games in a row since the departure of Kevin Durant. We have Atlanta at New Orleans. We have New Orleans with the W in 116-107. Ingram with 30 points. We have Chicago at Memphis. Memphis with the win, 104 to Chicago's 89. John Morant, 34 points. We have Minnesota at Denver. Denver, 146. I read that right. To Minnesota's 112. Michael Porter Jr., 30 points. We have Oklahoma at the Lakers. Oklahoma, 133 to the Lakers, 130. Pause. This is when LeBron broke the record. Yeah, so this was
how you feel about that?
Tickets were going for 90,000 points. Honestly,
jump on, jump off.
Honestly, how I feel about it,
jump on,
jump off. He's still not number one in my respectfully, lovingly. He's still not. It's a durability thing. It's a durability thing. He's kicked ass 20 years. I hope he goes for the record. Vince Carter played 22. That's the record. I'd love for him to go at least for 23 seasons. So to me, it's like, okay, he played the longest. Because Vince Carter's played the longest, respectfully, lovingly. Vince Carter's one of my favorite players. He didn't even make top 75, which he should. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I look into other things, other variables. There's still not, like, the jump on, jump off. Like, okay, he scored it. That's a durability thing. It's a greatness. He's greatness. You know, some argue the whole finals thing. Mike is still number one in my book. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to go top 5, top 10, I still shout out to the likes of Bill Russell, Chamberlain, you know what I'm saying? Will Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant, you know, Kobe Bryant, throw him in there. Tim Duncan, throw him in there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
But I do feel like
you can't say.
I don't think you can diminish what he's done. Though.
He's diminished what he's done. If he has 7, then I'll be like, it's it. Then I'll be like, yeah. He gave you 7.
If he had 7,
he give you 7, then I'll be like, he's it. Then he'll be over Mike in my book. In my book. And I'm a little older. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Michael Jordan play. You see what I'm saying? I've seen Michael Jordan play. I saw Michael Jordan win his 6th championship when I was in elementary school. I don't want to give it too much of my age away. I saw Michael Jordan play when I was in elementary school. On TV, against the Kings, in the championship, all that, playing the Jazz. I've seen that live.
I never saw that. I never.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen that live as out of my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I've saw
seen
that
Michael
game.
Jordan, bro. Damn, we're getting carried away.
We saw that game.
We getting carried away. But yeah, Michael Jordan's still number one in my book. Michael Jordan's still number one in my book. So but shout out to LeBron. Shout out to LeBron. You know, shout out to LeBron. Like, if he got 7, to me, then he'd be number one. To me. So that was that game. So
he's still far from
Wednesday, February 8th. We got Detroit at Cleveland. Cleveland 113 to Detroit's 85. We have Charlotte at Washington. Washington 118 to Charlotte's 104. We have Philadelphia at Boston. Boston 106 to Philadelphia's 99. We have Indiana at Miami. Miami with the win, 116 to Indiana's 111. We have San Antonio at Toronto. Toronto 112 to San Antonio's 98. We have Sacramento at Houston. The Kings with the win, 130 to Houston's 128. Pause. Fox got the star call. He was down by 1, shooting a 3, made a whole 3 free throws, and Eric Gordon fouled him. You know? And then Fox kind of called him out after the press conference, like, he fouled me. I said, I love it. And then shortly after, Eric Gordon was traded. Jeez. Yeah, so but Houston's breaking that up. He was the final piece of the James Harden era. He should already been traded. Glad he's finally out of there on a winning situation in the Clippers now. Next game we have.
It's almost actually going. Keep going.
Okay. We have Minnesota at Utah. Minnesota 143 to Utah's 108. What's up?
Nah, I'll wait till you get to his team the next time.
Okay, and then we had next game we had Dallas at the Clippers. Dallas 110 to the Clippers 104. Kyrie Irving 24 points. This is Kyrie's debut.
How you feel about this Kyrie Irving trade?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Like I was rooting for the Nets to do something magical, but as it plays out, they didn't handle the situation the best ways they could. He wanted to go to the Lakers. Let's get that out the way. That was his number one choice, and that was LeBron's number one choice. The pettiness of the owner, the Nets owner, he's like, I didn't want to trade him where he wanted to go. He traded to the Mavericks. Maverick fans didn't think that deal was going to get done. A star deal was going to get done. The caliber of a Kyrie in this season, this offseason, this trade deadline, excuse me. So it was a power play for sure on Dallas's mark.
What does this mean for the rest of Maverick season?
They're top 4, in my opinion. Are they going to make it to the big the big dance? The big dance? I don't know about that one. I think Phoenix got one up on Dallas, in my opinion. If I were to bet some money right now, Phoenix.
Shout out to 2-3 and Nate Passion in the building.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the whole gang. Shout out to the whole gang. Just got in town. Everybody know that. Everybody know I got in town today. I flew in. What time I get here? It's like 10, 11 a.m. Layover in Vegas, 7 hours from SAC and flying Spirit. I'd fly Spirit. I'm proud of that. I fly Spirit because I know how to fly Spirit. I know how to fly Spirit. You fly with a backpack.
You need to fly with Spirit with nothing but your underwear on.
I mailed stuff here.
That's low key cheaper.
Was cheaper. Was cheaper than checking a bag and getting hounded and harassed and disrespected on my birthday weekend. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So
you get on Spirit, you gotta freaking
that. Okay, so the great move by the Mavericks. Out of nowhere. I thought other teams had the chance and opportunity. Everyone thought he was Lakers. Everyone swore he was going to the Lakers. I mean, that would have been the dream. If any team, and the fact that they pulled that off, the Mavericks pulled that off. I don't know if that was the best package and that's could have got, but that's the package they chose. That's what they got.
That's more.
And they're pissed off Durant. Talk about they will keep Durant. They traded Durant. That was even more wild. That was even more wild.
But at the same time, why keep him after trading Kyrie? Shout out to the homie Mubarak.
Okay, let's speed through. We'll really dig in. We'll speed through these scores. We're almost done. We have Golden State at Portland 125. That Golden State's 122. Steph's out indefinitely. That's that. You know, Damian Lillard 33 points. Damian Lillard. Okay, I'll get to Damian Lillard in a moment. Okay, next day, Thursday, February 9th. We have what's happening? How you doing? What's good? How you doing? And then with February 9th, Denver at Orlando. Orlando 115 to Denver's 104. We have Phoenix at Atlanta. Atlanta with the win 116 to Phoenix's 107. Trae Young's 36 points. We have Chicago at Brooklyn. Brooklyn 116 to Chicago's 105. Dinwiddie with the new team with 25 points leading. We have Milwaukee at the Lakers. Milwaukee 115 to the Lakers 106. And then the next day we have February 10th, Friday 2023. We have in the double overtime, we have San Antonio at Detroit. Detroit with the win on the road, 138 to San Antonio's 131. We have Phoenix at Indianapolis. The Suns with the win, 117 to Indianapolis, 104. We have the Knicks visiting the Sixers. The Philadelphia 119 to New York's 108. We have Charlotte at Boston. The Celtics with the win, 127 to the Hornets, 116. We have Utah at Toronto. The Jazz with the win, 122 to the Raptors, 116. We have Houston at Miami. The Heat with the win, 97 to the Rockets, 95.
So yes, the comment I wanted to make was about the Rockets.
But the Rockets, they're one of they're in the what's his name sweepstakes. They're trying to get the number 1 seed. They're out of it. They're like 14th, 15th if you check the standings. Yeah, Houston's out of it.
Didn't they just make a big trade though?
They just traded for John Wall
back.
I mean, he's about to get bought out. That was a money move. That was a get rid of Eric Gordon. That was doing Eric Gordon's due diligence. Eric Gordon has been with them a long time. He get paid, gotta get money. 6-man type role with James Harden when the Rockets were the stuff and they were up 3-2 on Golden State and they had everyone this and that. Eric Gordon's a big part of that.
Right.
So he's the last piece of it. His contract wasn't always tradable. He's making at least like $20 million a year. Got him out of there. He was on the Clippers before. He got drafted to the Clippers. He was on there with Blake Griffin, and he was on the Chris Paul trade that got Chris Paul to the Clippers in the first place. But now Eric Gordon's in Houston a long time. Now he's back on the Clippers in a winning situation. He's good. He's good. And again, his last game on Houston when he fouled De'Aaron Fox and the Kings won that game. And De'Aaron Fox was talking his talk after the game, as he should, because he's an all-star. De'Aaron Fox.
You love that boy.
Yeah, right. So here we are. I just had it. So unpause. We have Minnesota at Memphis. Grizzlies with the win, 128 to the Timberwolves 107. We have Cleveland at New Orleans. The Cavaliers 118 to the Pelicans 107. We have the Oklahoma at Portland. The Thunder 138 to the Trailblazers 129. We have Dallas at Sacramento.
How
Uh,
was that game?
Oh man, both games. Like I said, was there with my peoples, of course, and then it was 2 games split. Oh man, I've been to the stadium before. James Harden Rockets. So however long ago it was, we still had Buddy Hield.
2 or 3 years ago.
Even before that, maybe 3, 4 years ago. So the last time I went to a Kings game. So I've been to the new arena. They recently tore down the old arena. That's a special place for everyone from SAC for sure. So that was in Natomas, so it's like in Sacramento, but now the stadium's downtown. They tore down the old mall, built the new stadium. It's like walking distance from the state capitol. If you're from Sacramento, you've been by there on a field trip or whatever. So Sacramento's only so big, you know what I'm saying? Everyone kind of, stomps through the same parts. So yeah, state capitol. And it was right by the Greyhound. I caught the Greyhound many times in my life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was right by. It's walking distance from the state capitol, walking distance from the mall. So that was those that all that right there is forever special to me. You know what I mean? That area. So took field trips as a kid, state capitol, all that for sure. And then yeah, but enjoy the games. Going home, love. Yeah, it's home. It's home. So yeah, just and Kyrie was there, so it was so yeah, like I said,
It was a good. It was a good
like
moment.
I said, we played in 2 games. We
Split the series.
split the series. There you go, split the series. We light the beam and sack when we win. There's the big old purple beam on top of the stadium. They light it, goes as far as you can see. I'll show you. Got pictures of it, videos of it. So that's the thing that started this year. Light the beam. So we lit the beam. The second, I was not going to go out to Sacramento, not light that beam. So it's a lot of fun for sure. Appreciate it. It was a great time, great birthday. So much appreciative of the experience. So yeah, but
I'll let you get back into
yeah,
it.
no doubt, no doubt. So we have Milwaukee at the Clippers. Milwaukee 119 to Clippers 106, and that wraps up the 10th. We have the 11th, Saturday the 11th. We have Philadelphia at Brooklyn. The Sixers with the win 101 to the Sixers the Nets 98. We have Denver at Charlotte. The Nuggets with the win 119 to the Hornets 105. We have the Miami Heat at the Orlando Magic, and the Heat pull off the win in overtime 107 to 103. We have the Indiana Pacers at the Washington Wizards 127 to 113. We have San Antonio at Atlanta 125 to the Spurs 106. Shout out to Zelda. She was at the game. She told me. Those are 2 favorite teams. Shout
Which
out to
one?
Zelda in ATL.
Oh,
Zelda.
for sure.
Yeah. So shout out to Zelda.
Shout out to Zelda.
Yeah. So then we have Utah at New York. The Knicks 126 to the Jazz 120. We have Chicago at Cleveland. Cleveland 97 to Chicago's 89. We have the Lakers at the Warriors. The Lakers with the win 109 to Golden State's 103. And we have to finish off the day of the 11th, we have Dallas at Sacramento. The Kings with the win in overtime 133 to 128. So this was a game. De'Aaron Fox had 36 points. Kyrie had 28 points. Like I said, Kyrie's playing. So it was big time. It was big time. It was packed house. It was loud. It was a lot of fun. Like I said,
And y'all got the dub.
and we got the W. And then, in the first game, Luka didn't play. Luka was supposed to play. I thought Luka was playing the first game. Luka sat the first game. I don't know what he's getting over, but he sat the first game. So it was all Kyrie, and they won the game, right? Game 2, you put them both together, and then they figure it out, and they both at least had 20 points. But
I think Dallas is gonna be fine.
they're going to be fine. They're still where they're at in the rankings. We'll get to them in a moment. But no, a lot of fun. A lot of two playoff teams in the flesh. So a lot of fun. A lot of 2 good teams. Both teams play hard. So next day, February 12th, my birthday. Sunday is 2 games. We had Memphis at Boston. The Celtics with the win, 119 to the Grizzlies 109. We have Detroit at Toronto. The Raptors with the win, 119 to the Pistons 118. And to sum up all the scores. We have yesterday, February 13th, Monday. Have about 10 games. We have Atlanta at Charlotte. Uh, the Hornets with the win, 144 to the Hawks, 138. We had San Antonio at Cleveland. The Cavaliers 117 to the Spurs 109. We had the Utah at Indianapolis. The Jazz with the win, 123 to the Pacers 117. We have Houston at Philadelphia. The 76ers 123 to the Rockets 104. We have Denver. Almost there, almost there.
The Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, we have the Denver Nuggets.
112 and the Heat.
We have the Denver Nuggets 112 to the Miami Heat's 108. We have Brooklyn at New York. Like I said, you know those stadiums like 5-10 miles apart. Side note: I've never been in New York. It's on my bucket list. If you're familiar with New York,
I've been to Madison Square Garden.
so on a map, Madison Square Garden and the Nets Arena. You know, it's different water or whatever separates it. I've never been to New York
There's no water.
or whatever it is, but it's not that far from each other. It's like 10 miles apart.
Brooklyn is
Brooklyn and Madison
I
Square,
mean,
right?
that makes sense. I've actually never seen.
Like
the
I looked
Brooklyn
on the map.
Stadium.
I'm real big on maps. I like look at maps, and so yeah, I've seen it on the map. So
But I've seen the Madison Square quite a few times.
bucket list for sure. Um, so next game we have the Orlando at Chicago. The Magic with the win, 100 to the Bulls 91. We have New Orleans at Oklahoma. The Pelicans 103 to the Thunder's 100. We have Minnesota at Dallas. Minnesota with the win, 124. The Mavericks 121. We have Washington at Golden State. Golden State with the win. The Warriors 135 to the Wizards 126. And Los Angeles at Portland. We have the Trailblazers with the win, 127 to the Lakers 115. Oh my goodness. And we have the standings. That's how we do it. We'll start with the Eastern Conference. We have Boston. They've been in the driver's seat all year long in first place at 41 wins and 16 losses. We have the Milwaukee Bucks, 39 wins and 17 losses in second place.
Okay.
We have Philadelphia in third, 37-19. We have Cleveland, 38 and 22. We have Brooklyn. We'll see how long they sustain that seed with 33 and 24. With them trading both of their star players, that's so surreal to me.
Yeah.
Just the fact that happened. I feel that they were still in the hunt, but I think it's three sides to every story. Kyrie Irving side, the Brooklyn Nets side, and the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I think we'll try to draw it down the middle. We're a fan of all players. We're not going to disrespect any player. We don't all out hate any person per se. But Kyrie, I've been a Kyrie fan. I've been a Kyrie fan. Like I said, I've always hated on the Warriors, right?
Right.
So when they beat the Warriors on the Cleveland and this and that. So the fact that they pulled that off, I saw that coming. I didn't see the Durant trade coming, but the fact that they pulled that off at the deadline, I don't know if I was gonna.
Somebody had to be disgruntled, obviously.
No, but the fact that they weren't going to give him the deal, the max $200 million deal, after they gave it to Durant, you thought you were going to keep these guys together. They were a package deal. They came because of each other. That's why it happened in Brooklyn, but they never got. I don't believe they ever got out the first round, right? And it was 4 years. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. And and a lot of in and out and COVID, a lot of stuff, injuries. So it's not just one player's fault. James Harden got up out of it. They should have never made the James Harden trade. That was the beginning of the end. They should have never traded for James Harden. If they kept that team before James Harden, the James Harden trade was stupid. It was super team, whatever. That's build a team 1 through 15. There's 15 players on your roster. Build that, not just 1 and 2 and 3. So yeah, Brooklyn. That's wild. I'm still not. That's still crazy to me.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Okay, we got Miami Heat in 6th seed, 32 and 26. We have the New York Knicks on 7th place, 32 and 27. We have the Atlanta Hawks 29-29. That's a 500 team. We have Toronto at 27-31, and we have Washington at 26 and 30. So if the playoffs play-ins which start today, those are all the teams going. And on the outside looking in, would not make the playoffs. We start at 11th through 15. We have Chicago at 11. Indiana Pacers at 12, Magic at 13, Charlotte at 14, and Detroit Pistons at 15th place. I feel Chicago staying packed. That was crazy to me. They're still in the hunt. Indiana's still in the hunt, but 13, 14, 15th, they're ready for next year.
Yeah.
They're not trying to make the play for sure. Charlotte and Detroit for sure. They trying to get the number one seed. So a lot of these teams trying to get the number one seed, making the play, making not having playoff success. You might as well get a higher draft pick for next year. A lot of these teams already think about next year. So we got the Western Conference. Not a lot of these teams. Some of these teams for sure. So we got the Western Conference. You have sitting on top at
Denver
40 and
Chicken
18th,
Nuggets.
the Denver Nuggets, and you have the back-to-back MVP on that roster. Uh, he's MVP. They drafted in the second round. Like I always feel like the Nuggets just got lucky with drafting somebody in the second round, and he's the MVP. And now you guys are in the first place. Yeah, that's a lot of luck. That was a lot of
Hey,
lot of
you know they say
lot of
scouts don't know
blessings
what they're
from the
doing.
basketball gods with that one. So and then former Sacramento Kings coach on that coaching that team, Mike Malone. He coached DeMarcus Cousins. So we have second place, Memphis, 34 and 22. They've been through a little bit of a skid, but John Moran is still the man. We'll see how everything plays out. And we have third place, your Sacramento Kings, at 32 and 24. We've been sitting at third place for about a month now, comfortably, comfortably, comfortably. So that means hosting a playoff series. That means the Kings making the playoffs the first time in 16 years.
Still got half the season left.
16 years. No, the more half the season, about like a third of the season left. About 30, 32 and 24. So that means we played 56 games. So yeah, we have it's like 20 something games left. It's an 82 game season. Comfortably at third place. So and then we had these the team fourth. Let's jump on this, jump on, jump off. Fourth seed and fifth seed. We had the Suns and the Mavericks making major moves at the deadline. So shout out to both teams actually making that happen.
Yeah, they said the season ain't over yet.
At the deadline, I feel two major players, they went from playoff again. The Suns were ready to break it up and call it quits, but they got one more year in them. You know, they got finals experience. I feel could make the finals with Kevin Durant.
KD out in
with
Phoenix.
Kevin Durant on the roster. Who's matching up with that? Who's stopping that?
I don't know.
No, not too many players, not too many people stopping Kevin Durant. So you got the Suns at 31 and 27. So yeah, shout out to them for pulling that trigger, you know, and they're under a new ownership. So all that riffraff with all ownership is out the window. So they got new ownership, and that's like one of the first moves he made. So shout out to him, whoever the ownership group. With them, we got the Mavericks in fifth place, and shout out to the Mavericks, you know, for pulling off that move when no one saw him doing it. Maverick fans we don't have the assets to get a star, and they got one. Luka was like, "Hey, I want to play with a star player." I was like, "Oh, what assets do they have?" But they made it happen. But it comes with some sauce. Are they going to give him a big deal? He's about to wait. By the way, he's about to be a free agent. So depending on the Mavericks' success in the playoffs will determine
whether they
the
keep him around.
contract, if there is one, to Kyrie, which there should. But by the way, he's a free agent, and other teams are going to have cap space. He could command money in the free agent market as well. But he's keep more money staying with your existing team. So it's the Mavericks and Kyrie. He has leverage, but the Mavericks have leverage too. They don't have to give, you know what I mean? But if they want to keep Luka happy and
should be a pretty
success,
should be a pretty entertaining
interesting playoffs from the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, that's what I said. It should be pretty interesting in Dallas
season for them moving forward. Regardless if they go to the finals, if they lose in the first round.
Yeah,
whatever. You know, we'll see. But the offseason will be interesting, and if they keep them, you know,
I ain't gonna lie. I'm thinking about going to a couple Mavs games now.
We'll go. The next time they play the Kings is April 5th in Dallas. April 5th. Mark your calendars. You know your boy. Your boy would love to make it. Your boy would love to make it. So yeah, shout out to the Mavericks. It's been a few Maverick games. So sixth place we have the Los Angeles Clippers. They're at 31 and 28. We have the New Orleans Pelicans at 30 and 28 in seventh place. They had like a 10-game losing streak. They was like first and second for a while.
They were.
Zion got hurt, and Zion called the team, "Oh, why are you guys losing? Because you're hurt, hombre, comrade. You are hurt.
You are
homie.
A pivotal player. So.
Yeah, right. You are the reason.
You play a
they
pivotal
didn't get
role
first for no reason. They got first to get you to win games, and so that's And again, no major moves from them at the deadline. They were looking like contenders, but no Zion, no nothing. So
We'll see what
get well
happens.
Zion, you know. And then we have eighth place, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They was on the outside looking in for a while. They started to put those pieces back together, and Anthony Edwards just named the All Star team.
Dope.
So we'll talk with the All Star game in a second. But yeah, he made it as a replacement. We have a Golden State Warriors at ninth, 29 and 28. Uh, Shot, respect, love. Get well soon, Steph Curry. I don't know the full extent of his his full extent of his injury, but I believe he's out indefinitely. Something tear something. So I read that. I don't know what. I didn't look too deep into it, but get well soon. But again, Steph Curry's out the lineup. I don't see the Warriors being too successful this season. There you go. So, respectfully. So then you have the Utah Jazz in 10th place at 29 and 30. And so, and they have an All Star in the roster, and the All Star games in
In
Utah,
Utah, yeah.
in Utah, right? So, so that's that. And if the playoffs play in started today, those are the teams that will be a part of the tournaments, playoffs, if you will. And then on the outside looking in, 11th through 15th, we have the Portland Trailblazers, 20 and 29. It's the media becoming it, Dame, local media, just talking about trades and what we're gonna do and this and that, just a lot. And he wasn't feeling it, because he's talking about, right. But again, if
This
he's
is how
still
you
there.
repay my loyalty.
There you go. Right, exactly. When in the comments, when keeping it loyal goes wrong. Yikes! Right. So and then we have 12th place, the Oklahoma City Thunder. A lot of young pieces. Their number 2 pick, Chet, went out for the season in a preseason game. Got hurt against guarding LeBron, so you got to get your weight up, And then Shy got named to the All Star game. We have 13th place, the Los Angeles Lakers at 26 and 32. Finally trading Russell Westbrook
Russell Westbrook
for D'Angelo Russell, former Laker, played with Kobe. Played with Kobe.
had a little incident,
It's right. You know what I'm saying?
but I guess bygones are bygones now.
Made a couple stops along the way.
Yeah,
Made the All-Star team on the Brooklyn Nets when he was there before Kyrie and Durant, and was traded for Kevin Durant. So he got traded to the Warriors from Kevin Durant. Technically, Kevin Durant it was a sign and trade. Right. He got traded, and then Kevin Durant got signed and traded from the Warriors to the Nets. So D'Angelo Russell was an All-Star. You know what I'm saying? He's an All-Star player, played with Steph. So he's been with the Nets, made the All-Star team, been with the Warriors organization, arguably one of the best in the league, right? He was there. So a lot of growth. And then he's a shooter.
he is a shooter.
He's a shooter. So if they are banking on D'Angelo Russell, former Laker, back on the Lakers to save the season, the Lakers aren't out of it. The Lakers aren't out of it. You know what I mean? So like, again, they've been through a lot. I just don't want to see. I grew up hating the Lakers, but LeBron's been one of my faves over the years. I've never been a LeBron hater per se, but I don't want to see LeBron go out like that. Not this season. I feel
he got about
the
3 more
dance
years.
is better when LeBron's in it.
He got about 3 more years.
3 more years. I still love seeing him retire in Cleveland though. Okay. And to finish out the standings, you got San Antonio 14 and 44 at 14th. They're trying to get the number 1 seed. And you got the Houston Rockets 13th and 44. They're trying to get the number 1 seed. So they're both in the sweepstakes. I can see one of them getting it. I can see one of them getting it. And in the East, Charlotte, I don't know. Detroit, they just got it. Something's telling me it might be one of them. Texas, San Antonio, Houston. Hey, you guys are losing for a reason.
Texas
and
down
you're
bad
trying to get
right
that
now.
number 1 pick, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Texas down bad right now.
I mean, the Mavericks got a lot of excitement. So that's that. So that's the standings. The All-Star game. The All-Star game's coming up. We recap the All-Star game next week
because it's this weekend, right?
It's this weekend.
Yeah. It's this weekend.
So what's today? Tuesday. So this Sunday to Utah.
Who's in a dunk contest?
Who is in the dunk contest? A bunch of people I don't know. The 3-point contest got some names. They got my man's Kevin Herter at the Kings, Red Velvet. He's top 5 in 3-point percentage. You know who else is top 5 in 3-point percentage? Ooh. Former Sacramento Kings Tyrese Halliburton is on the Pacers. He's in the 3-point contest. And former Sacramento King Indiana Pacer Buddy Hield. He's in the 3-point contest. So who else is in it? Who else is in it? I just saw it like today. So Kevin Herter, we were for you in Sacktown. We got 4 representatives. We have 2 All-Stars, De'Aaron Fox, Demontis Sabonis. Fox got named a replacement. So Zion was hurt. He was named All-Star starter. And Steph Curry was hurt. And so the replacements are De'Aaron Fox and Anthony Edwards off the Timberwolves.
The dunk contest, you got KJ Martin from the Rockets.
It's Kevin Martin Jr.
Mac McClung.
I don't know who that is. He's off the G League. Something.
Yeah, he is. Trey Murphy.
Young guy. He's like first, second year player.
And Shadon Sharp.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, that's
3-point. You got 3-point.
let's see
In the
who's in it.
game too. 3-point.
Who we got in the 3-point contest? You got Damian Lillard, Anthony Simmons, Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Laurie McClarkin, Tyler Hero, Jason Tatum, and your boy Kevin Herter.
Jason Tatum is a star. You know, he's one of the best players in the league. So the fact that there's star power in it, that helps. The dunk contest is just bringing recognition to young athletic guys, which is cool too. But even some of the players have said the dunk contest was more of a thing when the best of the best was in it.
Yeah, man.
I.e. Michael Jordan.
And like Vince Carter.
i.e. Vince Carter.
Yeah. I mean,
In the game, we got and then they're doing playground rules. You know, I picked, you know, how they've been doing the past few years. They doing it right before the game.
that should be kind of cool.
Right before the game, versus like a week before on TNT with
or
the fellas.
Obviously, then doing it by conference.
All-Star game. Time check. Hold on, where we at? We had a lot of deadline, but
we had 36 minutes.
36. Okay, we'll get to more deadline stuff next week. But the major ones we said more than once was Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. The fact the Brooklyn Nets broke that up, and that has propelled the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks. You see these teams making these super duper moves to catch up with the Kings. You see it. These super moves, these super trades.
The West is loaded.
West is loaded. And I think the East is. So the Nets are out of it. Milwaukee and Boston.
Yeah.
Milwaukee and Boston, and maybe Philadelphia, Cleveland. I still think they're that's one piece away. Cleveland's one piece away, and they know who they got to get.
Daddy got to.
They know who they got to get. So
Daddy got to come home.
Right, and then so that's that's that. So that finished up basketball. Like I said, 36 minutes. Let's move forward. Got a lot of football. A lot of football to talk about.
Lord.
Switching gears to football.
Feelings have been hurt.
I only got my football. I don't know football. I just got back in town.
Feelings have been hurt over the past few
My
weeks.
football somewhere. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. So we have not been on the air with you guys in about 3 weeks now. We had the AFC Championship, the NFC Championship. We didn't even cover that yet. It was tough.
So since we missed the past couple of weeks,
that was tough. It's been a tough few weeks for a lot of fan base.
We could just go through. We can go through the conference games and then we can go through.
Yeah, right. We didn't even cover the conference games. I was out of town. I was like, man, I don't want to talk about this shit. So
you got off lucky.
So right. Oh my God, I'm still not over it, but it'd be like that. So like I said, shout out to the San Francisco 49ers. We ended the season on a 10-game winning streak, 12-game winning streak, something like that. We had QB1 go out, Trey Lance. We had QB2 go out, Jimmy Garoppolo. We had QB3, Brock Purdy, rookie quarterback, take over the realm. We signed, which wasn't the best move, highly critical of it. This is how critical some of these moves can be. We signed, when Jimmy Garoppolo went out, we signed QB4 Josh Johnson, journeyman.
Who else you gonna get though?
I said it 1,000 times by now. Who else we could have put a 61-year-old Steve Young before Josh Johnson. He tweeted out warming up in the parking lot. Let me know. In the middle of the game, because Brock Purdy got hurt. He freaking, somebody missed their block. So I don't want to even say this offensive lineman's name, but that's how another fellow 49er fan explained it to me. Such and such missed their block.
You ever play organized football?
Huh?
You ever play organized football?
Of course I have. Yes, I have.
Well, missing a block is a cardinal sin.
Right.
Missing a block will get
So
you
so
running on the bleachers
right. So
after
so
practice.
but it's team sport. So I don't want to single out any of the fellas. I don't want to call out players on the team I root for. But but someone missed the block, right?
Missing a block can
And,
end your career.
okay, and it got the quarterback hurt. It got him in the first drive, if I remember right. I was so sick. And then like the quarterback goes out. Then you get Josh Johnson. He looks lost. He fumbled the ball at least once. He lost the ball at least once, and then he gets a concussion. So basically the O line got two quarterbacks hurt. Josh Johnson wasn't the answer. You don't think Josh Johnson's gonna go in, but guess what? Josh Johnson went in. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god. So yeah, Brock Purdy went out, and then you have to put him back in to hand off the ball. So I don't know if they had to do that or they chose to do that. So that's I'm kind of unclear of myself. But like, if I am the coach and I'm coaching that damn game, if I'm coaching that damn game and the fucking excuse me, I'm so bad. But Brock Purdy goes out, and then you put in Josh Johnson, which they could have got a better backup than that. Respectfully, they could have, and then names are debatable. I say five names right now. I feel would be better than Josh Johnson at backup quarterback for us in that game. That quarterback performance was such a disappointment, such an embarrassment to the franchise. To the franchise, the quarterback got hurt. They should have wildcatted with. They said the emergency quarterback was Juice Check, but
No, it was
some said that, but then some also said Christian McCaffrey.
right.
Why are we not? And then the only touchdown was Christian McCaffrey. Why are we not wildcatting that every play for the rest of the game?
I mean,
We have nothing to lose. We had something to lose. The NFC Championship. That's what we lost. The Eagle. I don't care who. Okay, hey, shout out to Big Homie. Shout out to
Cali.
we
What
talking
up?
about the NFC Championship. We about to talk about the Super Bowl. Shout out to Big Homie Cali. Best tacos in the land. In
Best
DFW.
tacos in the land.
Best tacos in the land.
Calios.
Calios Tacos coming to a venue, an event near you. So yeah, Brock Purdy get hurt, so he showed a lot of heart. He's coming back. I still love to see all three quarterbacks come back. We don't know if that's going to happen. Not damn Josh Johnson. Like that was his first playoff experience. He's just like rated 60, 70 on the game. God bless him. He's been around. He's been QB3, QB2, QB3, QB4 the majority of his career. May have started a game or two along the way. 35 years old. You know who the better option is? Freaking the man that got banned. Some say the 49ers are suffer from the Kaepernick curse, the Colin Kaepernick curse. But the thing is, Colin Kaepernick, that wasn't fully on us. Like that's the NFL. That's the NFL. You know what I'm saying? That's the NFL. You know what I mean? Colin Kaepernick should have played out the way he did. Maybe we should have given it a second
really feel
opportunity.
like
Along the way,
Colin
Colin
Kaepernick's
Kaepernick would have played a better
great,
game right now at 35 years old than Josh Johnson at 35 years old. They're the same age. Steve Young would have made a better pass at 61 than some of these quarterbacks.
Nah, I ain't gonna bet.
But all jokes aside, if we had Brock Purdy at quarterback, we had Trey Lance at quarterback, we had Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback, we're beating the Philadelphia Eagles, we're playing them next year. The Philadelphia Eagles are not better than San Francisco 49ers. They won that game because our quarterback went out. Both our quarterbacks went out in that game. Both our two capable quarterbacks in that game and coaching somewhat. If we're the best defense, we got to stop them. We got to stop them. We didn't. It was embarrassment. It was an embarrassment. But any given Sunday, players get hurt. Your quarterback gets hurt, and we got as far as we did. We went to the NFC Championship with 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks getting hurt. We made it that far, and we were that close to the big game. If we had a capable roster, I said it in the beginning of the season. I said it before. That's if we had any weakness. Respectfully, it has been quarterback, just because all our players are great, Pro Bowl caliber players. Every position group, we have at least one Pro Bowl caliber player in that group, other than quarterback. We get Trey Lance. Brock Purdy is a shining gem that a lot of GMs passed on. And a lot of organizations like, hey, we could have drafted this guy. And the 49ers got him at Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the draft.
I mean, I don't
So
think
we
those
have
people always do
we
their
have
job
three
though.
capable quarterbacks moving forward. But so I guess now we address the O line and its durability because you're going to get hit, whatever. So it's play calling, it's durability, it's a lot of. It's not just one thing. So we have capable quarterback. We are favorites to go to Super Bowl next year because it's one thing to go, it's another thing to go back. So I think the 49ers, our window is still open.
It's
Still
still
open,
open.
still open, still open. And look
But
at the
in my
Philadelphia
mind, I'm
Eagles
like, let's
dropping
take
the
this.
ball, dropping the ball in the big game.
So do we want to talk the other conference?
We can. So who they beat? They beat the Bengals. So the Bengals capable team. The
Boy,
Bengals had
Mahomes
a
too
slow.
good.
The Bengals had a slow start. The
He
Bengals
too
had beat the
good.
Chiefs before.
They actually had a fast start in that
They
game.
beat them in the playoffs last year. Couple questionable calls. Close game. Exciting game. Uh, Joe Burrow and Chase is I feel is the modern. I'll go as far as this. Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Steve Young, just those combinations are going to be together at least 10 years. They're going to put up a lot of numbers together.
I
And you know
can
what
I
I'm
can
saying?
live with that.
Right. Jameer Chase. It's a lot of what I mean. It's a team that's built, and you prefer to build a team versus assemble a team via trade. They built that team via the draft. So the Bengals are going to be relevant. They slow start. They started 0-3. So shout out to the Bengals. They've been to the big dance before. If one team is here to dethrone the Chiefs, the Bengals will forever be in that conversation. As long as Pat Mahomes is around, as long as Joe Burrow's around, as long as Jameer Chase is around, like the Chiefs aren't going every year, 10 years, 20 years. Another team along the way is going to come and do that. So the Bengals might be one of those teams still.
Maybe.
Maybe again, they made it to the AFC Championship the past 5 years. They've been to
Yes.
Super Bowl 3 of the past 5 years, 1-2 in the past 5 years. So hats off to the Chiefs. But to go back, the odds are not with you.
Not with
Vegas
who?
odds. The Chiefs next year. Next year.
I mean,
Next year.
at
We're
like
talking next year. I'm already
see,
in off-season mode.
I'm gonna be
Talking
honest.
next year, and so we're giving due diligence
At this point,
to the Bengals. To the Bengals.
the Bengals made some critical mistakes coming into this game.
Such as what?
Talking shit.
Correct. Facts. Big facts.
Whole team running around talking
Big
about this is
facts.
Barrelhead.
Big facts. Big facts.
They
big
was
facts.
talking big.
But they're a loose cannon fan base. Another loose cannon, respectfully, like the Bills, the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills. Shout out, Big K. But they, like I said, doing just real, but a good fan base. Good, one of the exciting fan bases. One of the.
They're re excited about the team.
There you go. There you go.
But Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league.
Statistically, he is the best quarterback in the league. He is all pro. That means you are the best quarterback.
He is statistically
if
the
you
best
love-
quarterback.
Love him or hate him, he's the best.
And under
quarterback
pressure,
in
he's the
NFL.
best quarterback in the league right now.
Love him or hate him,
You
he's the
talking
best
about
quarterback.
a man who been playing
Right now.
with one leg for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Hmm.
Whole receiving core injured.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Still figuring out how to win the game. Both of these games.
Hmm.
So
then now we got the Super Bowl.
odds are against them to go back, but I'm not betting against. I'm not betting against homeboy no more.
AFC Championship, you got the Eagles winning. You got the AFC Championship. You have the Chiefs winning. So now you have the Super Bowl, the Eagles and the Chiefs. How'd you feel about the Super Bowl? Any surprises there? Came down to a field goal, some questionable calls, critical mistakes. You have a fumble in there. You have a big time fumble. Big time fumble, winning that game, big time fumble. That is the killer.
That turned the tide a little
That's the
bit.
main play that sticks out in my head. That fumble, and then a holding call towards the end, the missed holding call, whatever. Whatever. But again, young Jalen Hurts. Check us out, young Jalen Hurts. He made it to the Super Bowl. Not a lot of quarterbacks don't have that on their resume. So he's there, MVP candidate. They found their guy. He did not get too much recognition, too much. Media was real critical on him taking over. If I remember right. But he's there. They made it to the Super Bowl. Um, they're still the team to beat, right? And that they won the NFC championship, or they won the NFC championship, and they won the NFC East. So big target on their back. Their schedule will be a little bit harder. Um, I feel had they had one of the easier schedules, I would say I'll go on record saying that. I could debate
I gotta
with
go in on this game.
I can, and again, I showed got a little meme here, little Philadelphia Eagles recap. So yeah, they'll have a tougher road next year, and we'll see how that goes. So shout out to the Eagles for losing the Super Bowl.
So my takeaways from the Super
Yeah.
Bowl, same thing I just been saying. I don't know. Andy Reid coached a great game. It was several calls or several play calling
How many
situations.
years he's still there?
I
He
don't
was
know.
they was contemplating retirement.
That I don't know, but I will say a couple of things happened in that game where I was like, where as a fan or as a viewer, I was like, do this. And he did the opposite. And I was like, oh, yeah, that was the right call. You know,
Coaching.
at the end of the game there, uh, for them to not take the touchdown,
Hmm.
run the clock down and kick the field goal, that was a great coaching call. A lot of the play calling in the game was great. That was the first thing I say. Second thing I say, you know what I'm saying, that fumble was really
Critical
that was really the difference between
game.
everything, yeah, in the game. So, I mean,
Man, they're up 14-7 with the opportunity to go to 21-7
21-7
and fumbles the ball.
for a touchdown.
Four touchdown,
And,
right?
and like
Right.
I said, like
Takeaways.
that's like 14 points.
Swing, right?
14
Correct.
point swing.
Correct. Because you go up 21-7, you're in cruise control. Starting to be, you know what I mean? Like, dang. And it just, that sped up that one, yeah.
But I will say the Eagles still played a great game.
No, I mean, to go that, to, for it to be a game, tied 35-35 at the end. Chiefs
Cause,
win by a
cause,
field goal. Again, that's a ball game. It's not a blowout.
cause
It's
I
a ball
still
game.
I still give the Eagles credit because there was a moment there where they were down 35-28. Oh no, 35-27.
Right. Yep.
And you're talking about in the fourth quarter,
Catching up.
Jalen Hurts going all the way down the field, scoring a touchdown, and getting a two
And no,
point
but
conversion.
no, I was saying like for if the Eagles pull that off, all hate aside, like I was telling Ghost, I was telling others, if the Eagles pull that off, the fact that they went back to the Super Bowl, if they would have won it, but after going 5 years ago when they won it the last time, I believe, with a different coach and a different quarterback, that is quite impressive. As if you know your
Yeah.
football, that is quite impressive as a
I don't think, yeah.
franchise, for any team to do that. Any
Uh,
team to do that,
I don't think they have any of the players from that team on there.
they had like one or two. You know, there's something. I think they had like one. Right. It's for the to clean house, to what they call it, any job, any organization, turnover, high turnover, turned over 90-95% of everybody. But again, but hear what I'm saying? Namely, you hear what I'm saying? Coach, quarterback. You know what I'm saying? To get two new guys and to go all the way back to the big dance, that's impressive. But again, to go back year after year, that's going to be a lot of miles. That's a lot of miles
Yeah.
on the transmission, a lot of miles on the tires. So again, I always bet. I bet against the more the experience, because again, time's running up. Again, usage. Again, going back to basketball. Look at everyone's favorite team, jump on, jump off, the Warriors. A lot of miles on those tires.
Whole lot of miles, but
So you know what I mean. Like,
whole lot of championships too.
there you go. That's what they have to prove for it. But again, their seasons are longer because they endured all the playoffs and this and that while everyone was at home watching, resting. You know what I mean? So,
But yeah,
but the Chiefs won it. So, like I said, Pat Mahomes, he has two Super Bowls in the past 5 years. He's been in the Super Bowl 3 times. He's been in the AFC Championship the last 5 years in a row. So
and
it's a lot of playoff games, a lot of games, a lot of
what
successful
else?
games. A
What
lot of
else did we
success.
say? What at least other predictions I made? Pat Mahomes MVP
Yeah, he did.
and Super Bowl MVP.
Right, you did. Yeah. He did.
I mean,
yeah.
like I said, I watched him all season, and I was like, man, I'm sorry for any team that has to see him in the playoffs.
Right. Oh, David Carr. We talking about that? Okay. Time check. What we at?
We still got a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but I had to pull it up.
I feel okay. So that was Super Bowl. So we're already in off season. So we are officially on the clock for the draft and the
Yep.
off season, free agency. Great season, great season. It's surreal in a sense. It's sad, you know. I get a little sad, you know. We love football. Football is my first love. You know, probably by default, basketball has been more. You know, I've been more of a fan of basketball per se. More, you know, more knowledgeable, more basketball, but my first sport, my first football. So shout out to the football season, shout out to the NFL, shout out to all the teams, shout out to everybody that watch football, fantasy football, everything. Like I said, we are on the clock for next year.
The first name we saw here, Derek Carr,
So we're already
as
off
of
season
4
mode.
p.m. Eastern, has been released.
He got released. Save the franchise. I just saw that. Save the franchise $20 million. So this happened today. So Derek Carr, he has a go-to list, at least 4 teams. Teams are gonna get like I seen teams. Saints was one. What else? What else? What else? Who else? I think the Panthers.
You never know.
Teams like that.
He might end up out there in
No, he not. No, he not. Not where I. No, he not.
he
I
a
don't
decent
think so.
quarterback.
Decent quarterback. Well, I think our options are better. We got rookie contracts. That's what we got. 2 rookie contracts. We're gonna let those ride out unless we get an upgrade.
Indianapolis has a new head coach, Shane. I don't know how to pronounce his last
So
name.
the Eagles offensive coordinator already leaving the franchise and taking the head coach on Indianapolis Colts. The Eagles are already worse. The Eagles you just lost your offensive coordinator. You're already worse until further notice. You're already worse, in my opinion. You're losing coaching staff. You don't get better. That's more strain on the head coach. That's more stress on the head coach. You don't want that. Panthers hired Jim. That name sounds familiar.
Jim Caldwell. He was used to coach head coach of the Lions.
Lions. Yeah, he was on the Lions hell long.
And he was the Ravens offensive coordinator for a while.
Okay.
I think he was our offensive coordinator when we won the Super Bowl.
So Derek Carr. So that means early predictions
For Derek Carr?
No. I mean Derek Carr. We'll see. But the big domino to fall is Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
I think if I were to predict, again, perfect world. Yeah, he comes home. It's a little far fetched. I see him probably going to Las Vegas.
Or Las Vegas.
Las Vegas would be.
Well, actually, I'm tripping. Denver. What am I talking about? They got to stick with old boy.
Unless they trade old boy.
That's not happening.
That's not happening. So they stick with old boy. They got Sean Payton over there.
Yeah.
And they got a second round pick back. So they traded the head coach. That's kind of cool.
That's different.
That's kind of cool.
You trade the head coach.
Let me trade the head coach. That's how valuable the coaches is. They're worth picks. They're worth players.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like a player on the roster.
They are.
Right. The coach. I'll trade you the coach. Jim Gruden got traded at least once, right?
Yeah. John Gruden. From Oakland.
So Sean Payton got drafted. Sean Payton got traded for a 5th round pick to coach the Broncos. Will he say the Broncos? I don't see it.
I mean,
he may be a little better. It may be a little better, but this is Mr.
Sean
Wilson.
Payton's a little bit more strict.
This is Mr. Wilson's last chance. Oh, for sure. He can't stick up the joint another year.
Right.
He's not doing that. If he do that, then you bite the bullet. Then you draft a young guy. Right, for sure. If they don't already draft one this year.
The other big domino that everyone.
Tom Brady, what are we talking about?
No, Tom Brady's.
Is done. Is he done? Does he stay retired? Because he was retired 40 days last year.
If he don't stay his ass in the house. The other big domino is my
San Francisco
boy.
Call Siri, call San Francisco 49ers, call Tom Brady.
But the other big domino, the other big headline going into this offseason is Lamar Jackson.
For sure. Oh, man. Come on. At least 5 teams will give him big money.
Will he stay or will he go?
I think they're $100 million. Did I read that right? They're $100 million in difference in talks.
That makes my stomach hurt.
Oh, my goodness. Right. I know. I feel it, right? I feel it. You get the guy, and then you don't keep the guy.
Bruh.
You get the guy. You get the guy.
If we ain't going to pay nobody else on the team, just give him the money. But I know how, the Ravens still feel kind of slighted because of what happened with Joe
Flacco. Like
maybe
it's between guaranteed and incentive. Because we want you to play games. We don't want you to pay you games you're not playing, right? We want you to play games. We want you to do that.
It's about that guaranteed money.
It's about the guaranteed money, correct.
We know this.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But to be $100 million apart.
Did I read that right? Am I saying that? Or did I just dream that? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Nah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
But
so
to
you
be
know better than me, right?
to be 100 million apart, that's like, let's say if Lamar's asking for 250, that means the Ravens are talking about 150. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but again, why? But okay, on the flip, okay, let me put the shoe on the other foot. As a franchise, looking at the the dynamic, exciting MVP caliber that player that he is, like, hey, we got to build around you. Hey, we got, you know what I'm saying? We got other things to do. We got to build a team around you, right?
Lamar's been on the team for about 5 years now.
Right.
We've had time to build
Something.
something,
Something.
and I
Not
feel like the Ravens have failed at building
not
around
end of the road receivers. Not look. Again. Remember I told you
bargain bin receivers.
they pay they out of all 32 teams they spend the least on wide receivers.
We can calling up Dez Bryant, and no disrespect to Dez, because Dez is a cool guy, but I don't think that's gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying?
No, a lot of again
We need a
veteran
bona fide
Tampa
hitter
shit.
in
Yeah,
Baltimore.
yeah, like young legs,
We
young.
need we need somebody who's like we need somebody who's a for sure thing. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see one of these great receivers hit the market, Ravens never really put in any great pursuit, as far as I know, towards getting these receivers.
So do some players not want to play with Lamar Jackson? Look at it on the flip side. How often am I going to get the ball? Am I just going to watch this guy run around?
Yeah, but I mean, to a certain extent, I feel like even what the Eagles are doing is pretty much the same thing that the Ravens were doing a few years back. The only thing is that they have better receivers.
Yeah.
They got AJ Brown, they have Devontae Smith, but the same they're running damn near the same offense. Run with the quarterback, take deep shots usually, you know, to offset the running.
Hmm.
Jalen Hurts ran for like about 3 touchdowns in the game, if I'm not mistaken. So
Sounds about right.
I mean, I don't fully get it. I think it's more so. It also kind of like depends on, like, I think it has to do with like who offensive coordinator is. Ravens are about to hire a new offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying?
You got Lamar Jackson on your roster. You are a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? You're a play at the very least. You're a playoff team. But to get to the big dance, to get to the big game,
We
need a little bit. Need more people.
we need a receiver.
Need a receiver. That's what you see. That is
One,
the wish list.
if I feel like
That is Matt's off-season wish list. Wide receiver.
if the Ravens could get a receiver that would give us like maybe one or two possessions extra, just because they're catching those hard third down passes.
Draft.
We've drafted receivers.
We drafted receiver. Well, you got drafted. We get well again. Then it goes to scouts. And
They drafted.
GM.
We drafted Hollywood
Scouts.
Brown.
Why you let go, yo?
He wanted to leave.
You want to leave? That sucks.
He wanted to go play with Kyler.
Well, look at Kyler. Now. Kyler's not starting the season next year, and I feel Lamar's better than Kyler.
I would put money.
Agree, right? Again, Kyler might be looking for a new place to play if he don't shape up next year or two.
They gave him the money. So I think I just hope Lamar doesn't leave. You know what I'm saying? That granted, I'm gonna always be a Ravens fan, but that might make me feel a certain type of way. If
I don't understand. I remember, I've like I said, born in San Francisco, never not be a 49er fan. But if there was once or twice I almost jumped off the ship. If I've jumped is when Jerry Rice left and when Terrell Owens left.
Yeah, I feel like that's different though.
It still was like, damn, like
It's a tough loss because you're talking about two of the greatest receivers.
damn, like you know what I mean. I guess, and then but it's
You
just
could
like
you could literally say
But
say
again,
that
it's-
T.O. is like the second best receiver. You could make that argument that he's the second best all time.
all time franchise for sure, all time.
Well, franchise,
even
I'm
that.
giving that to Jerry Rice.
No, Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, duh. Like who else? Like.
But I'm talking about
And then
I'm
all
not
time,
talking- yeah, I'm
everyone,
talking about-
everyone,
I'm not
everyone,
just-
all
I'm not
time,
talking about- yeah.
I'll say Jay Rice, and I'll say one, and then and then 2A, 2B. You know,
Him and Randy.
Him and Randy, right? Him and Randy for sure. Yeah.
So
But politics, I think politics, because top 100, Randy made it and Terrell Owens didn't.
right.
That's politics. That's politics. T.O.'s the man. Shout out to T.O. I met T.O. Shout out to T.O. I got a picture of T.O. Shout out to T.O., man. Shout out to Terrell Owens.
I always remember being mad at Terrell Owens when I was younger because when I don't know if you ever remember this, but when Terrell Owens was initially traded, he was actually traded to the Ravens.
Yeah, correct. And he didn't go. And he's talking shit. And he was beefing with Ray Lewis. And yeah, he was. And then we traded to the Eagles.
And then Ravens traded him to the Eagles.
Yeah. We went straight to the Ravens because
well, he did get traded to the Ravens
because he wanted because him and because at the time we had he was blessed to have Steve Young when he was a rookie.
Yep.
He had Steve Young retired. Steve Young put in a lot of years, and then he had Mr. Jeff Garcia.
Yeah,
which was always,
Jeff Garcia was cool.
He was second. He was in the NFL 2Ks on Dreamcast. He was the man. He was the man. Of course. Jay. Yeah, he threw it to Jay right. So, but Terrell, they had their back and forth, and I think that was, if I remember right, as a fan, the reason why he left. The reason. Here we go. Correct. And then the reason why he left is he wanted to play with a better quarterback. He wanted to play with a better quarterback, and then I don't remember who was quarterback on the Ravens. So
Kyle Bowler.
Right. I do remember that. So he was critical about that. He's talking shit about. He's like, I don't play with Kyle Bowler. Who am I play with? Terrell Owens is real verbal, real disrespectful at times in the media. And yeah, he wanted to play with Donovan McNabb, and then he took him all the way to the Super Bowl, and was playing Super Bowl with a broken leg after 8 weeks ago, and he's in the hydro chamber. That's the first time I ever heard of that.
Go off.
Yeah, right, correct. Shout out Nate Passion. Nate Passion. I got a rap. I got a song with Nate Passion. We'll play it one of these days. I got a song with Nate Passion.
Yeah.
That's on my bucket list. Make a music video with Nate Passion. Nate Passion, never satisfied, great.
Nate Passion about that action.
Producer, artist, all the above.
And host.
Yeah, shit. Shout out to what you on the show? The show with Ghost.
Yeah, The Wall.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, check out The Wall.
Celebrity Ghost. Nate Passion.
Check out The Wall. Episode 1. Ghost, Nate Passion, everybody. Big things over there. The new show on the network. The latest show on the network.
All right. So
shout out to Never Satisfied. Shout out to everybody Never Satisfied.
What else? I think we
covered a lot of ground. Basketball, football. Sorry for the wait, as the great Lil Wayne would say to us from time to time. But we are back. It's Tuesday, episode 28. I hope that's right. I hate if I said that wrong. 28. Okay, man. And then
28.
And then so we summed up the basketball season, the trade deadline, right? We still got two-thirds down in the NBA season. Got a third of the season left. A lot of big games coming up. And then, we summed up the AFC Championship, the NFC Championship, and the Super Bowl. So we are officially in the off season of football. Great season once again. Great season. It's sad, but off season can be as exciting at times. So we're the draft.
I got to buy my man Ghost a beer.
Draft? Oh, you owe him what?
No, I just, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, he's not. I don't. You so what?
But I will say this. I will say this. We on the air, but I do remember once upon a time. Ghost sending me a video of you heartbroken when the 49ers lost to the Chiefs.
I was at Ghost. Oh my God!
Yeah, I remember.
I was at Ghost house.
I remember.
So this is 3 years ago. I was at Ghost. It was a few of us over there. I was at Ghost house when the 49ers lost to the Chiefs, 2010. I was like, it was just so surreal. I was just standing there, quiet. I got my jersey on, and someone just sucked the soul out my my whole life, my whole existence. I was just not even there, low key.
I haven't felt that.
He said video of you of me tripping.
It was like a video of you like with your arms.
That's why I don't feel sorry for Ghosts and the Eagles and all that. Exactly.
It was a video of you. I ain't gonna lie, the video was kind of funny though.
I'm already off to next year. We got the 49ers going back to Philadelphia. I look at the schedule off top. We can look at the schedule. 49ers play the Eagles in Philadelphia.
Is that opening week?
I'll go on red. I don't care. And then, they play in the regular season next year. Okay. The Eagles have a tougher schedule, and they play the 49ers next season.
No, I do remember that.
Come on. We are the favorites to go to the Super Bowl, the NFC, next year. with the quarter. As long as the quarterbacks stay healthy, we bring all back all 3 quarterbacks. We're in great shape.
We'll see what
If
happens.
not, land a big name. Here we go. It's off season. We're on the clock for the draft. When's the draft? When's the damn draft? Where's the draft?
We about to find out.
They said the Titans was willing to give their first round pick for Trey Lance. That was in the news. I don't know if I'm ready to part ways with Trey Lance yet, especially for a player.
Oh wow! So the draft is April 27th,
April 27th.
and
Where is it at?
this year it's in Kansas City.
That's crazy. Of course it's crazy. That's whack. That's
Kansas City.
How far is that drive? Remember I said I wanted to go to Kansas City Chief game before they started winning Super Bowls and being the 49ers and all that?
8 hours.
You said we might as well be going to Baltimore. That's what you told me.
I mean,
That's what you told
me.
me. You said we might as well be going to Baltimore.
It's the same city, damn near.
It's the same city.
It's the same city.
So unless we're with people from there, we're probably not gonna make that trip.
I mean,
I don't know. Kansas
you might
City,
go there and have some
the
fun.
the draft, that would be lit though. The draft, we're working on different show ideas because this is the format. We're kind of breaking the fourth wall here,
Right.
But live events, as me and Matt discussed, commenting on games live. You know what I'm saying? So this is different ideas for normal guys to talk sports.
Or we gotta figure out a way to do it without.
Maybe the fan, right? We gotta get live and do all this shit. Maybe the fans got some suggestions or ideas. This is the typical format. This is what works. This is what we do weekly. It's been working and going. But you know, again, maybe hit a live event, maybe comment on a live game, stuff like that. That is what we're looking to do one of these days.
So my closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. Here we go.
Go Mavs
Go Mavericks.
and Lamar. Don't leave the Ravens.
A lot of off season. Again, April
Don't
27th.
leave.
So that's the draft is in 2 months. So a lot of things will happen, like, especially on the day of the draft. The draft will be an exciting day. So that's probably the biggest football episode we'll have in a little bit.
Oh,
Unless
man.
something major happens within the next 2 months, I don't really foresee that happening.
Somebody gonna end up trading the whole draft for Lamar, man.
And we
break
have
my
the
heart.
draft. We'll have the draft, so that'll be an exciting day. So April. So mark your calendars. April 27th. We should cover the draft live. That'd be lit. How about that? How about that? Cover the draft live.
Callie says, Raiders, baby. New quarterback,
Raiders,
crossing
baby.
my fingers. Super Bowl is in Vegas.
The Super Bowl is in Vegas next year. So it was in
Yeah.
Phoenix this year. Shout out to Cali. So the Pro Bowl was in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then the Super Bowl is in Phoenix. That's not too far from each other. The Super Bowl next year is in Vegas. That's gonna be big time. Yeah, I predict, if I were to bet money, big homie, I would predict the Raiders getting Aaron Rodgers to reunite him with
Devontae.
They need a quarterback. They just released Derek Carr. He's out the door. So I predict that. If I were to bet money, that's what I see. So shout out to the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Shout out to the Raiders. Las Vegas.
So I think we got to do our shout outs, Ed.
Shout outs. Here we go. Okay. Again, wrapping up the episode 28 on February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day.
Go treat your girl.
Do something. Shout out to the studio, Never Satisfied. Everyone here, everyone on the roster, on the top all the way down. We mean the top, the CEO, the captain of the ship. Shout out to him. Shout out to everyone else in the building. You know who you are. Everyone that is part of Never Satisfied. Shout out to you for continuing to make all this a reality. Shout out to Bistro 808 International Cuisine. We do a lot of events there. Shout out to everyone at Bistro 808. Shout out to Calius Targo. Shout out to Cali.
Calius.
Always looking out. Been looking out for big homie. He is. If you retire some jerseys around here, Never Satisfied, he's one of them for sure. Cali has done a lot for Never Satisfied.
Calius.
Shout out to Cali forever. Shout out to the clothing line. Shop Never Satisfied. Flyboy make a lot of new designs, a lot of new season Never Satisfied gear, a lot of cool stuff going there, a lot of pop-up shops, a lot of good things. Shop Never Satisfied. We got a lot of projects coming up. We got a lot of T-Vibe got a show coming up. You see that?
I ain't see that, but I got
T-Vibe. Hold on, I have to call T-Vibe right now if she picks up.
Vibe.
T-Vibe has a who's host? I don't know. It's somewhere. I just saw it within a week ago. I just saw within a week ago. 23's hosting.
2-3.
So yeah, shout out 2-3. All the shows. Smoke Detector.
Time Out Podcast
Time Out
tomorrow.
Podcast.
Tomorrow, they, I think they having like a sex therapist on there.
Yeah,
They going
they
ham,
go,
bro.
they go there.
They going there.
Time Out, they go a lot of places. They go there. So yeah, shout out to T-Bot. She's not picking up the phone. So yeah, shout out to
Shit,
Time
IDK.
Out, of course. Shit, IDK, Lance,
The Wall.
the wall. Yeah, the wall.
Nate
with
Passion
Ghost.
is the host.
Yeah, Nate Passion, Ghost, doing that. So a lot of shows on the
DJ
network.
Kev.
DJ Kevin, the music. So that's about what we got. A good 5 shows on the network.
Yeah.
So we got us. That's the sports. We got like I said, the Timeout, Shit IDK, Smoke Detector, the Wall. Did I forget anything?
Nah.
That's it. At least 5. Yeah, we got at least 5 shows. Again, we are synergy is one of my key words that I use with everyone in the building. Like I said, everyone's moving upward and onward. Upward and onward. That's what we're doing. Always progressing, never digressing. That is what we're doing here. So consistency and content, execution, a lot of keywords that we use. So no, again, shout out to. I'll leave anything else. Again, the shows, the clothing line, the studio, the Bistro. I said bistro. Matt, of course. Matt, shout out to Matt. Shout out to Ed. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Ed.
Right. You know what I mean?
Happy belated, sir.
Thank you, no doubt. Yeah, shout out to everyone shouting me out. Appreciate everyone. Yeah, shout out to CEO. You always making it happen. We already said radio, of course. Yeah, shout out Big K. Big K's birthday 7 days before mine. Shout out Big K. Shout out Big K.
Shout out to K.
Shout out Big K. It was her birthday. Fellow Aquarius. Shout out Big K, of course. And then I think that's it. No, and like I said, shout out to the viewer. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you for tuning in. This
Like
is Tuesday.
the stream.
Like the stream. We will be back. Oh yeah, of course. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We still do all this shit. Twitter, TikTok, everything. If TikTok's still legal in Texas, they're trying to ban it. All that. Shout out to all the platforms, everything we do. Yeah, we're finishing off strong. We're finishing everything strong. Everything. February on down. Only see improvements. Only see us grow. Shout out to everyone. That's it.
I think that's it.
All right, well, y'all.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Everybody have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next week on Tuesday, more than likely. Have a great week. Enjoy your sports. Enjoy life. Love, respect. See y'all next time.
Va con Dios.